So, how do you work with resistant hypnosis clients or coaching clients? Now, I'm not talking about clients who are resistant to change, but clients that you already have who have already invested in you and your service, right? For clients who are already invested, obviously they have agreed to some sort of transformation and change within you, right? But how do you deal with the clients who may not be completely on board with hypnosis or coaching, or somehow you're just finding some resistance with them in their ability to follow through your programs or follow through the modalities that you use inside your sessions? So today, specifically, I'm going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about clients who are resistant to change. That's a different topic, but clients who are resistant, who seem to be not really diving deep into the healing or the transformational modalities that you have. And so first off, there's different types of resistance, right? There's one is conscious resistance that is more ego based, right? It's their ego. It's that feeling of, I just want to be right. I don't want to listen. I'm just stubborn, ego type of resistance. Now, overcoming that resistance, is a lot easier than the other type of resistance that I'm going to talk about and going to focus on. But ego type resistance, a lot of it can be something that you can just openly talk about with your clients. If you had a sales call or a strategy call with your client, that should have helped you in terms of that resistant too, right? But truth of the matter is no one likes to be told what to do, right? So if you are the type of coach who just talks at your clients instead of collaborating with them, you are naturally going to receive that resistance, because we don't like being told what to do, even if we've invested, right? I'm sure you've been in coaching programs yourself where you have invested and you're just like, I'm not going to listen to this one, right? So this is something that is completely out of our control, but can be mediated a little bit with how you approach your clients and how you talk to your clients, right? And how you deliver whatever your methodology is for them. Because the biggest resistance that also has to do with the conscious resistance is something called unconscious resistance, right? Where in their unconscious mind, somehow they're just resisting change, which is also normal because our unconscious mind loves homeostasis, right? And so if they are given the opportunity to change, there's going to be some resistance there because it knows that homeostasis is going to be rocked a little bit, and it doesn't like that. So there's a normalcy there. But how do you bypass this natural unconscious resistance? In most hypnosis modalities, there is a big focus on getting the client hypnotized, getting your clients relaxed, so that the conscious mind can just float away, thinking that just because the conscious mind floats away, you have direct access to the subconscious. Yes and no, right? Yes, by relaxation, you do get rid of that monkey mind, but not a lot of people are going to be open to that, right? And it really depends on the types of clients you have. If you have clients who have a lot of trauma in their past, they're going to be naturally be more hypervigilant, right? They're going to be naturally resistant. And they might not really enjoy that relaxation portion. So if you have a modality that is very much, I don't want to say forcing, but is very much reliant on the relaxation part of it, and it's a client who hasn't done the relaxation work before, then then that resistance is going to go up, right? So how do you overcome this? Well, you can overcome this by really just listening to your clients instead of like, for example, I'm going to give you an example. This is much easier for you to understand. Say you have a client and they get into that Zoom call with you and they're very anxious. They're very nervous, right? In hypnosis, what do we do? Like, they're very nervous and they say, oh my God, coach, I am very, very nervous. And what do? We're like, okay, that's okay. Just relax, just get comfortable. You're gonna close your eyes, you're gonna relax, we're gonna do the body scan, you're gonna just take a few deep breaths to attempt to lessen that nervousness, which kind of makes sense. I mean, it's not wrong, but that nervousness it could be telling you something, right? You can utilize that nervousness, and this is exactly what I teach in the next upcoming ACH training, how to utilize clients' emotions right then and there, so you can meet them where they're at. Because when you're able to meet a client where they're at, once you can just say, oh, you're nervous, and meet them based on how they're feeling at that moment, not only are you going to be present with them, you meeting them exactly with whatever they're feeling or thinking is going to reduce that resistance. Why? Because then your client feels that you are actually listening to them, that you are actually there for them, and you're not trying to do something, although it's well-meaning and well-intentioned, to want to relax your clients. What if you just, when your clients are nervous, just ask them about it, right? Why are you nervous? What makes you nervous right now? Because truth of the matter is, you asking them about what is happening right now, it gets them to open up, because it's happening right now. They're not looking for something else. It's like happening right now. They can openly talk about it, and just by talking about it, you create that space of them feeling seen and heard. You're not trying to do anything. So this is one of the best ways and one of the best methods that you can use for your clients, instead of trying to relax them right at the beginning, because that's what your technique calls for. What if you just met them where they're at? Meet them at their nervousness, meet them at their fear, meet them at their sadness. A lot of my clients are women who have left unhealthy, even toxic relationships, and they don't come to me relaxed and happy, right? They are nervous, and they're scared. And guess what I do with them, right? I meet them where they're at. I ask them about their nervousness, their anxiety, because that's also a way of their subconscious mind telling them something, right? That is a sign that the subconscious is communicating something. So I'm going to utilize that. And because I'm utilizing that, that saves time. And that just creates the breakthrough right then and there. Because if a client is already nervous, you try to relax them, you regress to a scene that made them feel nervous, you have just wasted that 10 to 20 minutes in between where you could just jump on that nervousness, right? And like I said, this is a very, one of the biggest principles that I teach inside the next ACH training, because when you're able to utilize your clients, not only are they going to feel very seen, heard, and appreciated, you are more likely to reduce the resistance because they feel seen and heard, because you're meeting them exactly what they're at. This is an Ericksonian trick, which is what ACH is based on Erickson's work. And so try this. Let me know how that goes. Meet your clients where they're at. If they're nervous, if they're happy, if they're smiling, if they're excited, get on that, right? Oh, yes, you're excited. What are you so excited for? Meet them. It amplifies that feeling. And even if it's a distressing feeling like nervousness, amplifying that with your help, they're more likely going to create those breakthroughs. They're more likely to open up because they are there with you, right? So key tips for creating epic transformations for your clients. I hope this helps, and I'll see you soon.